Hey, I want to talk to you today about how to end gun violence in America. I believe there's 3 words that could end America's gun violence problem, and those 3 words are guys, God, and guns. All right, so first off, starting with guys, here's the bottom line. I'm not sure if you know this, but 26 of the 27 most dangerous mass shooters in American history all came out of fatherless homes. We live in this American culture today that's anti-male, anti-masculinity, feel ashamed if you are born a guy. It's absolutely crazy what society is doing to the male, American society, that is. But here's the bottom line. Guys need a dad. Little boys need a dad. Young males need, if they don't have a dad in the home, they need a coach or a male role model to pour into their lives. Boys are naturally born typically more aggressive, lots of energy. They need someone that can help guide them throughout life and channel that aggression and that energy into a positive way. Not to mention the fact that if there's a male role model in a young boy's life, that male role model, despite what culture says, despite what anyone else may say around him, if the kid has a solid male role model that says, hey, son, or hey, young man, you're good at this, he affirms what that young man needs to hear in order to be successful in life. That may be, hey, you're good at math. Maybe you should consider engineering, banking, so on, etc. More males need that. And think about this. Think about the black community, if you will. Look at all of the gun violence within the inner cities, whether it's Chicago, Baltimore, Camden, New Jersey, Los Angeles. Listen, I'm telling you, these kids need a dad, someone to correct them and to guide them in life. The second G is God. How are we going to tell our young men not to go out and murder people and that, and all this kind of stuff without any source of objective truth? How are we going to tell them that they evolved from primordial muck? Their lives really don't matter that much in the scheme of things. How are we going to tell them that when a woman is pregnant, it's a fetus, and if she kills that fetus, it's just a choice. Abortion is okay. We can't give these mixed signals to people in society. Either life is valuable or it isn't. And sadly, what a lot of American culture on the left is teaching our kids is that life isn't valuable. So if you're not teaching them that life is valuable, of course these kids aren't gonna value life. If you remove God from society, if you remove a moral ethic code, a source for objective truth out of society, of course you're gonna get more murder. Of course you're gonna get more crime. These kids need to know that if they commit such a heinous crime, not only is there punishment right here on earth potentially in our criminal justice system, but there's also a higher power, a God that they have to answer to eternally, and this will deter crime. You cannot listen. How do you determine what's right and wrong in society without a God? I'm sure Charles Manson thought he was moral. I'm sure Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, thought he was moral, but there has to be a source of objective truth. That source of objective truth is God. God has to be the defining source of morality, or cultures die. The last thing is guns. Many of you may not know this, but there's approximately 7 million gun defenses every year within the United States. That means every 10, 13 seconds, I forget the exact numbers, that there is a person using a gun to stop or prevent a crime inside of America. Could you imagine if we were told that news on a daily basis, how many more people would want to be armed? The fact of the matter is, the only way you're going to stop a bad guy with a gun is to have a gun. Is to have a good guy needs to have a gun, or you need a good guy with a bigger gun to stop a bad guy with a gun. But these are the facts. Criminals, that's why places where you can conceal carry are, you know, there's less likely to be gun violence in those particular areas. I experienced this very thing moving from Los Angeles to Orlando, Florida, where there was more gun violence in Los Angeles, where we were told we couldn't own guns, and you come to Orlando, Florida, where there's a lot of people with concealed carry, and the amount of gun violence dropped, precipitously. So listen, the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. And like I'm saying, or like I told you, approximately 7 million gun defenses every year. This is what the news media needs to be talking about. They like to focus on these mass shootings. They like to focus on the gun violence in the inner cities. And you know, and quite frankly, those are stories, of course, worth noting. And I never want to minimize those. But the truth of the matter is, guns are used far more frequently to stop and deter crime. And that's what the left doesn't want you to know. All right, guys, until next time, don't grow weary doing good. God bless you. Peace.